Get ready because the tech news cycle is moving faster than ever, and you absolutely cannot afford to miss these crucial updates. We're diving into the latest from the world of innovation, bringing you the most impactful developments that will shape how we work, connect, and create. First up, a massive shift in developer control that's already making waves. Then, we're breaking down the numbers, putting a major tech giant under the microscope to see how it stacks up against the competition. Plus, a critical change to a widely used communication platform that could affect millions. And finally, a game-changing upgrade to how we find information on our devices. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Developer delight. Microsoft empowers Copilot control in Visual Studio. Finally, some breathing room for coders. Microsoft is giving developers more say over their AI assistant. In a move that's sure to be celebrated by many in the programming community, Microsoft has announced significant updates to Visual Studio 2022 that grant developers greater control over the behavior of its AI coding assistant, Copilot. Starting with the August 2025 update, version 17.14.13, users will have the ability to fine-tune Copilot's assistance, making it a less intrusive and more focused tool. This adjustment comes directly from developer feedback, aiming to minimize distractions and enhance the coding workflow. For those who find Copilot's constant suggestions disruptive, the update introduces several key changes. Code completions and suggestions, which were previously on by default and triggered by nearly every keystroke, can now be configured to appear only after a pause in typing. This allows developers to maintain their focus without being interrupted by a continuous stream of AI-generated code. Furthermore, automatic completions can be disabled entirely and instead be activated manually with a specific key press, giving users complete command over when and how they receive assistance. The ability to hide next edit suggestions, which previously appeared as margin indicators, is also being implemented. These suggestions will now require an explicit click to reveal, preventing them from cluttering the coding interface. In a further refinement, code suggestions can be accepted on a line-by-line basis, providing a more granular level of integration. This update marks a notable instance where Microsoft has responded to user sentiment regarding the pervasive nature of AI assistance. While Copilot remains a core feature within Visual Studio, this move offers a welcome degree of user agency, allowing developers to tailor the AI's presence to their individual preferences and working styles. The company acknowledges the importance of balancing helpful AI features with the need for user control over their attention and workspace, a sentiment that seems to have guided this particular adjustment. It's a step towards ensuring the editor remains a sanctuary for focused work, rather than a constant battle against unsolicited suggestions. However, the impact of this developer feedback appears to be largely contained within Visual Studio. Across other Microsoft products, the company's aggressive integration of AI assistants continues unabated, making it increasingly challenging to navigate their ecosystem without encountering AI-driven prompts and tips. This selective implementation raises questions about a broader strategy for AI integration. Nevertheless, for the developers who have been vocal about Copilot's intrusiveness, this update is a significant win, offering a much-needed respite and a greater sense of control over their primary coding environment. Audience impact. Developers are largely welcoming the increased control, viewing it as a crucial step towards a less distracting and more productive coding experience. Many are sharing their relief on social media, highlighting the ability to customize Copilot's behavior. Will this newfound control extend beyond the IDE? Next, we analyze how Microsoft's financial performance stacks up against its biggest rivals. Microsoft's Financial Pulse, a deep dive into competitor analysis. How does the tech titan perform when measured against its closest rivals? In the dynamic and fiercely competitive software industry, understanding a company's financial health and market standing is paramount for investors and industry observers alike. This analysis delves into Microsoft's performance, comparing key financial metrics, market positioning, and future growth prospects against its primary competitors. The goal is to provide investors with actionable insights and a clear picture of Microsoft standing within the broader industry landscape. Microsoft, a titan in the software realm, is renowned for its Windows operating systems and its ubiquitous Office productivity suite. The company's operations are strategically segmented into three equally sized divisions: productivity and business processes, which encompasses legacy Microsoft Office, cloud-based Office 365, Exchange, SharePoint, Skype, LinkedIn, and Dynamics; Intelligence Cloud, featuring infrastructure and platform-as-a-service offerings like Azure, Windows Server OS, and SQL Server; and more personal computing, which includes Windows Client, Xbox, Bing Search, advertising, and Surface devices. This diversified structure underpins its broad market reach. Examining Microsoft's financial health reveals several critical trends. Its price-to-earnings (PE) ratio stands at 36.97, which is 0.45 times lower than the industry average, suggesting a potential undervaluation from an earnings perspective. Similarly, the price-to-book (PB) ratio of 10.91 is significantly below the industry average by 0.82 times, indicating that the stock might be undervalued relative to its book value. However, its price-to-sales (PS) ratio of 13.36 is 1.05 times higher than the industry average, which could signal an overvaluation concerning its sales performance. On the profitability front, Microsoft demonstrates strong performance. Its return on equity (ROE) is 8.19%, slightly above the industry average by 0.37%, indicating efficient utilization of shareholder equity to generate profits. The company boasts an impressive earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization (EBITDA) of $44.43 billion, a figure that is a staggering 54.18 times higher than the industry average, pointing to robust profitability and strong cash flow generation. Furthermore, its gross profit of $52.43 billion significantly outperforms the industry average by 33.18 times, underscoring its strong profitability from core operations. A notable area for improvement is revenue growth, where Microsoft's 18.1% growth rate falls considerably short of the industry average of 64.76%, suggesting potential challenges in accelerating sales volume. In terms of financial stability, Microsoft exhibits a strong position. Its debt-to-equity (DE) ratio of 0.18 is considerably lower than its top four peers, indicating a more conservative approach to debt financing and a healthier balance sheet. This lower DE ratio implies reduced financial risk and greater flexibility. Overall, while Microsoft's PE and PB ratios suggest potential undervaluation compared to peers, its high PS ratio warrants caution regarding revenue-based valuation. The company excels in profitability metrics like ROE, EBITDA, and gross profit, reflecting its solid financial health and operational efficiency. The lower revenue growth rate, however, highlights a potential strategic imperative to invigorate sales expansion. The company's conservative debt levels further bolster its financial resilience. Audience impact. Investors are closely watching these metrics, with analysts noting Microsoft's strong profitability, but also flagging the need to address its slower revenue growth compared to industry peers. Discussions on financial forums highlight the PS ratio as a point of contention. With these financial insights in hand, what's next for Microsoft's operational strategy? Now, let's shift our focus to a critical update impacting everyday communication for many users. Microsoft tightens grip on Microsoft .com email, a new limit for spam control. A significant restriction is being rolled out for a widely used Microsoft domain. Microsoft is implementing new daily sending limits for emails originating from Microsoft.com domains, a move designed to combat spam and protect the reputation of its shared email infrastructure. Under the new policy, organizations will be restricted to sending a maximum of 100 external emails per day from these standard domains. This measure aims to prevent the abuse of newly created tenants by spammers who send large volumes of unsolicited emails before Microsoft systems can effectively intervene. thereby safeguarding the integrity of the domain for all legitimate users. Previously, there were no such limitations for Microsoft Online Email Routing, Address, MOERA domains. The new restriction, however, means that any organization exceeding the 100 recipient limit within a 24-hour period will receive non-delivery reports, NDRs, with the error code 5557236. It is crucial to note that this limitation exclusively affects external email delivery and has no impact on internal communications or incoming emails to these domains. This policy change necessitates action from companies that currently utilize their MOERA domains as their primary email addresses. Microsoft strongly recommends that these organizations procure and migrate to custom, branded domains for all non-test email communications. This move is not merely a suggestion, but a critical step to ensure uninterrupted and reliable email services. The implications of this change extend beyond basic email delivery. Configurations such as Sender Rewriting Scheme, SRS, and even notifications from Microsoft applications like Bookings may be affected if they rely on MOERA domains. For organizations with federated domains, the complexity increases further, as they will need to designate non-federated custom domains to serve as their default domain to bypass the new restrictions. The 100 recipient daily limit can pose a significant challenge for businesses that regularly engage in external communication through their Microsoft 365 environment, particularly for those that have not yet invested in or set up their own custom domain. This could lead to disruptions in client outreach, vendor communications, and other essential business correspondence. The timing of this change is also noteworthy, as Microsoft is simultaneously blocking the FPRPC protocol starting this month, adding another layer of complexity to its email and communication services. Microsoft's stated rationale for this measure is to curb spam and maintain the reputation of the on-Microsoft.com domain. While understandable from a platform integrity standpoint, the implementation requires careful planning and potential investment from affected organizations. The company's recommendation to adopt custom domains is a clear signal towards its long-term strategy for email services within its cloud ecosystem, emphasizing branding and dedicated infrastructure. Audience impact. This new limit has sparked considerable discussion among IT administrators and business owners. Many are expressing concerns about the operational impact and the potential costs associated with acquiring and managing custom domains, while others acknowledge the necessity of the measure to combat spam effectively. Will this move towards custom domains streamline or complicate Microsoft's ecosystem? Let's pivot from email protocols to how we interact with our devices, specifically how we find information. Windows 11 gets smarter. Semantic search comes to Copilot app. Finding files just got a whole lot easier with natural language. Microsoft is enhancing the Copilot app on Windows 11 by integrating semantic search capabilities, a move that promises to revolutionize how users locate files and images on their PCs. This new feature allows individuals to search for content using natural language queries, eliminating the need to recall exact file names or specific keywords within documents. Instead, users can simply describe what they are looking for, making the search process more intuitive and efficient. Examples provided by Microsoft illustrate the power of this update. Users can now search for "Find images of bridges at sunset on my PC," "Find my CV," or even "Find the file with the chicken tostada recipe." This natural language approach significantly lowers the barrier to entry for effective file management. To experience this new functionality, insiders need to be using a Copilot Plus PC and ensure they have the latest version of the Copilot app, version 1250.821320 or higher, installed from the Microsoft Store. The feature is currently available in English, Chinese, Simplified, French, German, Japanese, and Spanish. This semantic search capability was initially introduced to Windows Search, File Explorer, and the Settings app on Copilot Plus PCs earlier this year. At that time, Microsoft emphasized that the feature operated locally, relying on a small language AI model running on the device's neural processing unit, NPU, and did not require an internet connection. Crucially, Microsoft stated that none of the data processed by this local model would be sent to any external servers or to Microsoft itself. While the exact conditions for the Copilot app version are still being clarified, and a request for confirmation has been sent to Microsoft, the initial design principles suggest a strong focus on user privacy and local processing. To understand what data the Copilot app can access, retrieve, or read, users can navigate to Copilot settings and review the permission settings. The Copilot app update also brings two other significant enhancements. A redesigned homepage now prominently displays recent apps, files, and conversations, streamlining access to frequently used items. Currently, this feature indexes PNG, JPEG, SVG, PDF, DOCX, XLSX, CSS, JSON, and TXT files from the standard Windows Recent folder. Additionally, a new Vision update allows users to select an app from the Get Guided Help section of the homepage. Once selected, a Vision session will scan the entire screen content to provide guided assistance on the app's basic functionalities, offering a new layer of interactive help. These advanced features are integrated into the latest version of the Copilot app, specifically for Copilot Plus PCs. Microsoft notes that these updates are rolling out gradually, meaning not all insiders will have immediate access. This phased rollout allows Microsoft to monitor performance and gather further feedback before a wider release. Audience impact. Users are expressing excitement about the potential for faster and more intuitive file searching. Early adopters are praising the convenience of natural language queries, especially for finding obscure or frequently misplaced files. This smarter search is a big step for PC usability. That's all the top tech news for today. And that's a wrap on today's crucial tech updates. We covered developers getting more control over Copilot in Visual Studio, a deep dive into Microsoft's competitive financial standing, new email limits hitting on Microsoft, com domains, and the exciting arrival of semantic search for the Copilot app on Windows 11. Don't miss out on what's next. Like this video, subscribe to Microsoft Sphere, hit that notification bell, and follow us on all our social channels to stay ahead of the curve.